Good morning. It is Monday and I am starting a weekly reading vlog. I kind of did my weekend reading vlog as a test run to figure out the camera, figure out what to do in a reading vlog. So I am excited to jump into this, and I'm going to show you the two books that I am currently in the middle of that I am planning on continuing through this week, and then I will add more books as I finish these. So first off, I have the Agathas, which I am a little under halfway through, and I'm really enjoying this so far. It's a murder mystery told in dual POV. This girl, Alice, her best friend is found dead, and her ex-boyfriend is considered to be the primary suspect. And then there is Iris, who is a less well-off student at the same school, and the two of them kind of tag team up. She's tutoring Alice, and she is also, Iris is the last person to have seen this girl alive. So they team up to try to solve the mystery in the style of like Agatha Christie, which is why it's called the Agathas. And then I am also reading Seasonal Fears. I've been listening to the audiobook, but I do want to switch to print for at least part of it. I was listening to the audiobook falling asleep last night, and there is sort of like an explanation section that started to go over my head, and I'm like, I need to read this in print. But this is like a companion sequel to Middle Game. But yeah, I'm excited to get farther into this as well. So today I do want to do some planning stuff, and I also need to edit my reading vlog from this past weekend, and I also need to work on the voiceover for my washi tour. I filmed like my wall of washi tour, got all the footage for that like 2 weeks ago, and it was just a beast to edit. There were, I don't know, like 3 hours of footage or something, and I literally show you guys every single drawer, so I had to like clip all of it into like similar length chunks. It took forever to edit it, so I kind of got intimidated by it, and I need to just like sit down and do the voiceover and it'll be okay. But yeah, I'm just planning on working today and then getting some reading in. I feel like I'm finally back in the reading mood, which is nice. So I'm gonna do that, and then I will check in with you guys later. I just finished editing my reading vlog from this weekend, and I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. I feel like it worked. I've tried to film reading vlogs before and never, ever been happy with them, and I really am happy with how this came out. Sometimes just having the right equipment makes it easier to create the thing you want to create. But yeah, I'm really excited. I feel like really jazzed about it. I tend to be very harsh on myself. I'm very much a perfectionist. Seeing myself on camera is really hard, but I am really very pleasantly surprised with how happy I am how this turned out. So hopefully you guys like it too. But I am going to eat lunch. It's like 3:15, and I kind of forgot to eat today, which is something I do when I like hyperfixate on a project. I like forget to do things like eat, but I did remember my water. So yeah, I also made some doctor's appointments I've been putting off making, and I'm gonna eat something small. I honestly might just microwave some frozen breakfast burritos because I think I'm gonna make risotto for dinner tonight, and it's already like 3:15, so I'm gonna eat dinner in 3 hours. So I'll just eat something, you know, small, easy. I don't really want to spend time cooking. I have my video uploaded. After I was done editing it, I did realize I needed a thumbnail, so I had to like take my thumbnail and edit my thumbnail and do all that. So we're pivoting to making dinner. Joe actually got home from work really early. I think his last patient no-showed, so he was able to leave like a half an hour earlier than he normally does. I am making this risotto, and it is like one of my favorite things. Like it's like a base dish, and then you can like add different types of veggies and stuff to it. I'm doing tomato and zucchini, which I'm gonna roast. I have like the broth heating up in the back. I'm gonna pop this in the oven and saute some onion, which I love the smell of onion, and got everything all pre-measured out, ready to rock and roll and have a good time. There are a few things that smell better than onion sauteing in butter. And dinner is served. I'm very excited. This is one of my favorite meals, so I'm gonna dig in. This is gonna sound really silly, but after the kitchen is cleaned up after dinner at night, I turn off the overhead lights And it's like my favorite part of the whole day. Like I just love doing this because like it's done. The kitchen is closed. It's just clean and done. And now I can go relax. Good morning. I'm going to do my crossword puzzle and then I'm going to sit down and read. I did not read like at all yesterday except for listening to a few minutes of my audiobook before I fell asleep, which is very unusual for me. So I want to make sure I get some solid reading in today. I really want to finish the Agathas. So that's the goal for today. So I am the most chaotic reader of all time, and I just remembered that Hide by Kiersten White comes out today, and I had an arc of it that I never got around to, and so I started it. I'm 10% in. It's a really short, fast read. So far, I'm not really liking it. The writing is really, really clunky, just not my jam. There's a ton of characters. There's 14 characters playing this hide and seek game, and I can't keep any of them straight, and I don't care about any of them, and so I might end up DNFing this. I do also have an advanced copy of the audiobook from Libro FM. This is really short. I've only been reading for like maybe 15 minutes and I'm 10% on the way in. We'll see if like the plot is intriguing enough. I might finish it, but if I just don't care about what's happening, then I will DNF. So we will see how this goes. So I am about a third of the way into Hide, and I am still not a big fan of the writing. I still think there are too many characters, but I am intrigued enough by the plot and what's going on that I want to continue. And the reason I'm reading on my phone, I don't think I mentioned this earlier, my Kindle battery died, so I'm charging it right now, but I'll probably switch to my Kindle in a bit. But gonna keep trucking along. I am about 75% of the way through Hide, and yeah, my thoughts are pretty much still the same as they were 10% of the way through this book. I'll let you know my final thoughts on the plot, like if it was even worth finishing it to like find out like what's going on, like to find out like what the mystery or like the weirdness is, or if that's going to be a letdown too, because honestly I feel like that might be a letdown too at this point. So I finally finished Hide. It's way later in the day than I anticipated finishing this. I basically sat on the sofa alternating between doom scrolling and reading this book. It's almost 6 p.m. I still haven't worked out, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to shower, and then I'm going to ruminate on why I didn't like this book, even though I've already pretty much articulated why I didn't like this book, and then have like more complete thoughts and feelings for you. So pardon the red hair and the tomato face. I just got done working out and showering, but I like can't stop sweating, so I came in to sit outside where it's a little bit cooler to like cool down before I blow dry my hair. I did like a really, really intense Peloton climb ride, and my legs are rubber basically at this point. But I did want to hop on and let you know my final thoughts and feelings about Hide. So yeah, I settled on a 2-star rating. I think I said that earlier. I just did not particularly enjoy this book. I didn't particularly like the writing style. It felt really clunky and just like not well written. And I don't know how else to like put that. I also didn't like how many characters there were. This was a 250-page book, and there were like 14 characters dropped into this competition, and so you really don't get any backstory except for the like one girl we start out following, or woman that we start out following, and then we bounce back and forth between these people rapidly, like so rapidly. And this could be because I had an arc, and it could be like differentiated differently in a physical copy, like there could be a line or like an extra wide page break, but we like bop between all these people so rapidly. It was disorienting. Sometimes I didn't know who I was even, like, it was all in third person, but like whose perspective I was seeing it from. I would sometimes like start reading a paragraph and then be like, wait, what? Like I didn't even realize that it switched like who we were following in the page. There aren't really chapters. It's broken up into days of the like game. So I didn't really love that. I didn't care about any of these people. So like the horror or the like intense emotions, the dread, I was like, I don't care about any of you. So like if you die, like it doesn't mean there's no emotional like connection there. I thought the characters made stupid decisions, which I mean is kind of a thing in horror books. Like if characters like didn't go to the place where like you know bad things are gonna happen, or they like didn't go back to the place where bad things are gonna happen, there wouldn't be any horror, any like anything. But it didn't feel smart. Like if you had replaced, which again leads into like I guess my next thing, which is that this didn't feel like an adult book. It felt like a YA book. And if you had just made all these characters 15 to 19, it honestly like would have probably been a better book. I had trouble believing that any of these people were adults because they all spoke and acted like teenagers, and there wasn't any like on-page gore or violence. Like this, there was nothing in this book that could not have been a YA book. So I don't know why this was, out of all of the stuff, like marketed as an adult book. If this had been a YA horror book, I probably would feel like less annoyed by it. It didn't feel like an adult horror book. There's also a really ham-fisted romance that like comes out of nowhere and really didn't have a purpose in the plot other than to make you care about one of the side characters that you like needed her to be there to like have like push the plot forward. And so like having there be like a romantic connection or entanglement, like that would make sense for like why she needed to continue to like be there. But it was so instant, because this is like days. This isn't like weeks or months. This is like a couple of days, and it was just like really intense out of nowhere, and it didn't really make sense to me. Not really a fan of how that was handled. Like again, that felt very YA, not what I want to see in an adult book. These are like adult people. I finished this and genuinely was like, I just didn't think it was a good book. And I don't know who the target audience is. It does have like a fairly low rating on Goodreads, especially considering it's pub day and it is only advanced readers. It's like a 3.7 or something, which is pretty low for Goodreads. And usually if a book is that low, just on like advanced copies, once the general public reads it, like the overall ratings will continue to drop. So I don't think this is like a book that everyone loves, and I just am like being a hater on it. But like I genuinely want to know if you like this book. Like, please let me know what about it appealed to you so I know in the future who the right person to recommend this to is. That would be very helpful. I'm in a bit of a food coma from the Chipotle. Joe was kind enough to take care of dinner tonight, so we had takeout from Chipotle. I'm gonna sip some wine. I'm gonna watch some YouTube and just relax and just unwind before I go to bed. Good afternoon, guys. It is Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday, and I had a dentist appointment this morning, so I just got home. I got my teeth cleaned for the first time in like 2 years. So I love getting my teeth cleaned. I'm one of like the rare people who absolutely loves going to the dentist, but also I've like never had any cavities or any issues. So it's always just like shiny teeth afterwards. So last night I read a little bit more of the Agathas, and I would like to finish this today. I want to enjoy a book. But yeah, other than the dentist, I don't have any other plans for this afternoon. I'm just going to chill out. I do need to like throw a load of laundry in. I might play in my planner, and if I play in my planner, I will like put on an audiobook or something. Yeah, I'm just gonna like chill out. I don't have to work out today, which is great. I hate working out. I work out every other day. So like the best part of the day I work out is that I don't have to work out the next day. I'm going to throw some laundry in, make myself some lunch, and just like relax, get some like relaxing, chill vibes going on, and like spend the afternoon reading a good book instead of spending the afternoon reading a book that I don't like, which is what I did yesterday. I am just very excited. My reading plans for this afternoon have just dramatically changed because just scrolling, putting off doing anything productive. I opened up Edelweiss and the new Wayward Children book was up on Edelweiss. So it doesn't come out, I think, until 2023, but maybe my first 2023 new release will be a book that I love, which would be great. Like, to love a book that comes out next year, I mean, doesn't fix my 2022 new release problem, but, fingers crossed. I'm very excited. This is a blessed blog, friends. I'm just very excited to jump into this and read it in one sitting because these books are very short. So I will report thoughts and feelings, no spoilers. I will keep it very vague since this doesn't come out for another 7 months or something. But I will let you know my thoughts and feelings. So I just finished my ebook of Lost in a Moment and Found, and I loved it. I got a little choked up, got a little teared up at the end of it, but it was absolutely lovely, and it was the book that I needed to read today. So thank you, Seanan McGuire, for writing this book. If you aren't familiar with the Wayward Children series, this series of novellas follows a group of children and teens who have walked through portals to other worlds, and then they have come back and they're either, distraught because they want to go back to their portal world, or their portal world has changed them fundamentally and they are struggling to reintegrate with normal life. And so there is Eleanor West's School for Wayward Children, which is a boarding school where all of these kids who can't sort of fall back into everyday life go, and this one follows Ancy and how she finds her door and her world, as you can probably guess from the title of the book. And if you've looked at the cover is, which I'll have the cover up here at some point on the screen, but the cover is sort of like a junk shop, thrift shop vibe sort of thing, and the world is basically a world of lost things, like a giant junk store where lost things from all different places appear. And yeah, that's as much detail as I'm going to get into about the book. Obviously, I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but it was just absolutely lovely, and I really, really enjoyed reading it, and I needed to read and love a book today. And this book just this book is the idea of lost things and people finding the things they need to find when they need to find them. I found this book on the day I needed to find this book. The arc appeared the day I needed it to appear in my life, and I am very glad it did. Just absolutely lovely. If you haven't checked out this series, I would highly recommend it. I've both physically read them or read them in print and listened to audiobooks of different ones in the series, and I've enjoyed both formats. It's one of my favorite series, and I'm very glad that I got to read it today. So I was going to start reading the Agathas, and then I realized I need to make bread so I can make my husband a sandwich for lunch tomorrow. If you ever wanted to know what I look like after I work out, this is it. I sweat like crazy. I'm not one of those people that glistens when I work out. I am drenched. My hair is drenched. My shirt is completely wet and see-through. So, just sweaty people things. I'm a tomato. Yeah, I actually think this is the first time I've checked in today. It's Thursday. It's Thursday afternoon. I just had a chill morning. I just worked out. I'm gonna go shower. My Walmart pickup is ready, so I'm gonna go grab groceries for the weekend. And then I'm gonna come back and finally read the Agathas, because I've read everything but the Agathas this week. So yeah, I will check in with you guys when I'm not a sweaty tomato. So I am utterly useless. I came back, I put my groceries away, I sat down, and have done nothing with my day. I did want to mention that in my quest to get through the insane number of 2022 arcs that I did not read earlier this year, I decided to like pick up one of the many romance novel arcs that I had and at least like start it to see if it's something that I would even like. So last night while Joe and I were sitting out on the patio, I pulled up By the Book by Jasmine Guillory on my phone, like on my Kindle app on my phone. And I got about 10% of the way in and I could just tell like the writing style and the way the book was going just like wasn't gonna vibe for me. I was like, okay, well, I am just going to DNF this. So I read like 10% of that yesterday and DNF'd it. And then I marked that I wasn't going to give a review on the arc. Again, nothing wrong with it, just not my thing. So I did read last night. I just didn't read the Agathas, which I am really liking. And I don't know why I like can't sit down and finish it. But with that being said, it is raining outside. It feels cozy. So I need to do some kind of story consumption right now. It needs to happen. Because I haven't like read it all the day. That's weird for me to not read at all. So maybe I have the Agathas right here. So maybe I will not make myself, that makes it sound like I don't like the book. I am really liking the book. Just like let myself like things. Maybe this is like me just like not letting myself enjoy anything. Like I feel like everything, this is like turning psychological. Is this therapy? Is this vlog camera therapy? I don't know what is wrong with me. I feel like I can't just let myself enjoy the things that I do enjoy. And I keep like, maybe I feel like I want to know that I have a second half of a book that I'll like I have that out there because I've read so many books that I haven't liked that I don't want to finish the ones I do like. That way I know theoretically that it's out there. I don't know. So I'm going to do something and I will check back with you guys later. Good morning. It is Friday and I did read a little bit this morning, but my everything is sort of imploding. So I'm going to talk to you guys while I do my makeup and explain what is going on, why I have not read last night or today. So I'm just gonna put on like a little bit of makeup just to like feel like my life isn't spiraling out of control. I don't know, I feel like pretty crummy right now. So hopefully if I feel like I look better, I will feel better. That's the working theory we're going with. So basically, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I've talked about it a little bit in my Plan With Me videos, but we moved last year. So we signed a contract last May to build our house, which I have lots of video of on Instagram. And I discovered last fall, I went over and I was like, oh, there's windows in. And then I like did like a double take and realized our windows are supposed to be black on the outside and white on the inside. On like the window lines, it's not like wood separating the panes of glass. It's like inside the glass panes, if that makes sense. So it's not something that can just be like painted a different color. So they installed the wrong windows and nobody noticed until I pointed out to them that they had installed the wrong windows. And all of our options were hanging on the wall inside the house. Nobody double checked before they installed them. They were the wrong windows. So obviously there have been supply chain issues in lots of different arenas, but because they ordered the wrong windows last May for us, by the time we realized that they were the wrong windows, supply chain issues, it's taken months to get the correct windows. We finally think the correct windows are going to be delivered in the next 2 weeks. I have a date. They're supposed to be here by June 10th. We'll see if that happens. But anyways, our frame for closing on the house was supposed to be December to March, and we were anticipating February or March as a closing. Obviously that didn't happen, and so we had only signed a lease on this apartment through February, and then we decided to go month to month as we eagerly waited to get into our house. And then I got like a notice in our door yesterday that they are raising the month-to-month rent price by over $2,000. So that is a huge amount of money, like a huge, obviously like $2,000 a month extra for rent. So I've been on the phone all morning between my apartment complex trying to see if we can like work something out. On the other side, like being on the phone with my realtor, trying to get a hold of someone at corporate for the builders that we are working with to like get something figured out, squared away, like what is going on with getting money back in terms of like them paying this additional increase in rent, because this has gone on, like we signed the contract on our house last May. It has been over a year since we signed the contract. It is going to have been like 14 months by the time we are in the house from when we signed our contract. So there are like many houses that were started after ours in our neighborhood that already have people living in them. It's just very exhausting, and I'm so sick of talking to people, and I've been on the phone with my realtor and calling and leaving messages and sending emails and like pulling. I have a whole folder where I've saved all communication I've had with anyone at the builder and like gathering all of the documentation. I am just very exhausted and I'm sick of this, and I want to be in our house. Just did not anticipate any of it, and now it's like having to put out fires and like problems just begetting problems. So yeah, I read, I don't know, like 30 pages of the Agathas with my coffee this morning, and then once it was like 9 a.m., I started calling people and leaving messages and trying to get a hold of people to fix my problems. I really want to finish the Agathas and then like call this reading vlog, be like, okay, it's over. I don't know if I'm gonna like do a weekend reading vlog. It might just be like my descent into madness. But yeah, I am chaotic right now and it's exhausting. I don't know, probably tonight listen to my audiobook. I haven't like touched my planner all week. I don't even think I wrote down, I mean, I've been vlogging so I can like kind of go back and watch and get like a refresher for what I was doing every day, but I need to fill out my planner from this week because I haven't done that. So yeah, I'm going to go scream into the void. Oh, I forgot to put on blush. So I have been cleaning all afternoon. I never ended up really sitting down to read the Agathas. Still planning to get to it, but if you couldn't tell, the book situation over here is getting really, really out of hand. So I cleared out most of this cabinet. A lot of it is DVDs that honestly, because of Disney Plus, like I don't need all my Disney DVDs, and I brought them with me not really thinking, but I'm going to like box these up, and we are going to my parents' house this weekend. We have some stuff in storage in their basement, so I might sneak a box down there, but I needed a place to put some books for the next 2-ish months until we're out of here. So I am going to take some of the books down from up on top there, and like some of the stacks of books and some stuff that I like threw on my TBR cart that isn't even TBR. I just want to clean some of this up because it's been driving me absolutely bonkers how messy it is. So this is gonna be a makeshift bookshelf for the time being. being taken out by the book stacks, and I have put the book stacks in this piece of furniture, which will be more stable. It was getting to the point where every time I tried to put something up there, I was horrified that it was all gonna fall down. And if I can relieve one anxiety in my life, you know, that is an anxiety I have control over. So this all started, I was dusting, so I'm gonna finish dusting. Friday's usually my clean the apartment day, which I did. I like vacuumed and mopped all the floors and cleaned the bathrooms, and have like all the bath mats in the dryer right now. So it is actually after 5 p.m. so I'm going to cut this reading vlog right here, and I'm bummed that I didn't finish the Agathas in this, but I did finish a couple of books in this video. Did I finish either of the 2 books I said on Monday I was going to read? No, I did not. Have I listened to the same chapter 4 times in a row falling asleep for Seasonal Fears? Yes, I have. But I am liking both of the books that I started this week reading, and I read a highly anticipated book and I loved it, which, you know, I count as a win. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye guys.